Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World Coin Channel. And this is DC talking about some 1977 pennies, the 1977 Philadelphia here, and the 1977 Denver here. These are kind of worn looking pennies, aren't they? There's two of them. And I was thinking about, well, let's just put these two down. I was thinking about the whole 2 penny thing and whether the United States had ever had a coin that was worth 2 pennies. And it turns out that after looking it up, that there has been a U.S. coin worth 2 pennies. From 1864 until 1873, the United States made some 2-cent coins. The so-called Union Shield coins with the wreath on the back. They started making them in 1864. And they made about almost 20 million of them. They made them in 1865, 1866, 1867, 1868, 69, 70, 71, 72, and then in 73 they only made them for collectors. So the last real version of the 2 penny coin that was circulating came out in 1872. Those are hugely rare. They only made 65,000 of the circulating ones in 1872, and of course they only made about 1,100 of the proof coins in 1873. So those are huge value coins. But I'll tell you what, if you can get a 1864, the year they made 20 million of them, they are actually affordable. You can probably get one for 10 or 15 bucks. So why don't I just get one? And then we won't have to talk about that. Has anybody else had 2 penny coins? Well, of course, Australia, when they went to the, Australia's gone to the 1 cent coin, this one here, and then they, when they went to decimalization, then they went to this one, and this is the frilled lizard 2 cent coin. So Australia's had a 2 cent coin. Of course, the euro coin has a 1 euro cent and a 2 euro cent. What's this? Oh, this is the Ireland one. Let's see what the 1 euro cent is. Oh, so these are both the Ireland ones. This is a 2005, 2004. So there's a 2 euro cent coin too. Germany, of course, had before the euro cent had the Pfennig, the 1 and 2 Pfennig coins, close to a penny. The United Kingdom, Great Britain. Here's the old 1 penny. Was there a 2 penny coin? Tuppence? Well, not really, but there was a Threp coin or a 3 pence coin. So here's the 3 penny coin from 1967, the last year they really made circulating coins of the British pound sterling. But now let's get back to the 1977 Denver and Philadelphia Mint. Of course, the Denver Mint has the D. In 1977, they made about 4.2 billion of them. So it's not rare, and it's not going to be rare. And the Philadelphia Mint in 1977, they made about 4.5 billion. So between the two of them, about 8.6 billion, almost 9 billion. But guess what? If you get one of these 2 coins in a MS65, in other words, Mint State 65, really good shape coin, it's worth more than the 2 penny from 1864. A Mint State 1977 is worth $10 or more in MS65. So you could actually get a 1864 2 penny coin, which would be worth less than one of these if it was in Mint State. So that's kind of a cool thing. That some of the modern coins actually are much more expensive than the older coins. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of the reasons for that is that so many more people have seen and collect and can find the modern coins, and so many people have lived through it. They want some from their lifetime. All right, so how do we know this is a penny? We look right down here and we see the V, the D, and the B for Victor David Brenner. These coins have had Lincoln on them since 1909. And how do I know that? Well, here's a 1909. Same Victor David Brenner portrait. See how we see this? This is 1909. It says, "In God we trust" at the top, "Liberty behind Lincoln." 1909 under his chin, 1977 here. And then if we look closely, now remember some of the 1909s, if we look closely, we can almost see a VDB down there. Now some of the 1909s would have the VDB in the back, and those are the really expensive ones. But this coin right here, over 110 years old, the 1 cent wheat cent. Now, of course, they did change. In 1958 was the last wheat cent. 1959 was the first Lincoln Memorial. And let's take a look at that Lincoln Memorial. This is what happens to copper sometimes when it gets used and wet. We look at the back. There's a Lincoln Memorial, which, again, wasn't on the original Lincoln cent. It was the wheat ears cent, e pluribus unum at the top, 1 cent in the middle, United States of America, and a wheat ear on each side. On this one, United States of America is at the top rather than in the center. E pluribus unum is in the center rather than at the top. 1 cent is at the bottom rather than in the center. And right in the center, we have the Lincoln Memorial with Lincoln sitting way down in there. And over here on the right, we see an F and a G, and that's for Frank Gasparo, who was the engraver designer of this coin. So how much is your 1977 penny worth if it's in this kind of shape? It's worth a little bit over a penny. I mean, somebody probably wants to get one, and they might be willing to pay you a few cents for it, but I certainly wouldn't pay over $1 for it, because you can get a bunch of them for a couple dollars. Try to get the Denver, try to get the Philadelphia, and there's also a San Francisco Mint S proof coin that came out in 1977. And it's interesting because they made 3.25 million of this, the S version, which will be a really shiny proof version when you find it, if you find it. Almost shiny, almost like this kind of shiny, but not quite, because this is, the Australians use a different kind of metal for their pennies. But the 1977 S from San Francisco, if you get it by itself, is only worth about $5, just because those ones are ones you can get. It turns out that the MS-65 and these two coins are very, very, very hard to get unless you're willing to spend $10 or $15 or more. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Let's put Lincoln back in here from 1909. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.